My birthday dinners used to follow a script. My mother brought the same lemon cake every year. My sister arrived late with loud apologies and expensive wine. My husband usually sat beside me, quiet but attentive, squeezing my hand whenever the conversation drifted toward uncomfortable territory. Like the fact that after 6 years of marriage, we still didn't have children. That night began the same way. Warm lights over the dining table, plates clinking, my father arguing gently with my uncle about politics while my mother kept telling everyone to eat before the food got cold. I remember noticing how relaxed my sister looked. Not just relaxed, confident, almost glowing. She kept exchanging small glances with my husband across the table. At the time, I couldn't decide what it meant. I told myself I was imagining it. Dinner moved along politely. Laughter came and went in waves. My mother brought out the cake earlier than usual, singing softly while placing it in front of me. I was reaching for the knife when my sister suddenly stood. "I actually have something to say," she announced. Her tone carried that familiar, dramatic energy she'd always loved. Like the moment belonged to her, not to me. Everyone paused. She rested a hand lightly on her stomach. "I'm pregnant." The room erupted instantly. My mother gasped with delight. My father clapped his hands together. Questions flew across the table before she could even answer them. But then she added the second sentence. "And the father is Daniel, my husband." The room didn't explode the way you'd imagine. It froze. Conversations died mid-breath. My mother's smile slowly faded as people turned toward me with that same cautious expression people wear when they expect someone to shatter. My sister looked directly at me, not apologetic, expectant, like she had been waiting for this exact moment. Daniel stared down at the table, his fingers pressed together so tightly the knuckles were white. For a few seconds, nobody spoke. The silence stretched long enough that everyone began watching me instead of them. Waiting. I felt something strange inside my chest. Not panic, not anger. Just a calm awareness. Like stepping outside of a loud room and realizing how quiet the world actually is. I remembered a small office from a month earlier, a medical clinic. Daniel sitting stiffly beside me while the doctor reviewed test results he had insisted weren't necessary. He'd only agreed to the fertility test after months of arguments, after years of unanswered questions about why we couldn't conceive. The doctor had been gentle when she explained it. Clear, clinical, final. I picked up my glass of wine. The movement pulled every eye back toward me. "Well," I said quietly, raising it slightly, "this is certainly unexpected." My voice didn't shake. That seemed to confuse people more than anything else. My sister shifted her weight, watching me carefully now. I continued. "But since we're sharing news tonight, I suppose I should share something too." Daniel finally looked up. The expression on his face changed the moment he realized what I meant. "Last month," I said calmly, "Daniel took a fertility test." The room remained silent. I wasn't speaking loudly, but every word carried across the table. The doctor confirmed something we'd been wondering about for a long time. I took a small sip of wine before finishing. "He can't have children." No one moved. It wasn't dramatic silence. It was the kind that arrives when reality doesn't match the story people thought they were hearing. My mother blinked slowly, turning toward Daniel. My sister's confident posture faltered almost immediately. Daniel opened his mouth once, closed it again. I set my glass down carefully beside my plate. "I'm sure there's an explanation," I added gently. "But I suppose that conversation belongs to the two of you. No accusation, no raised voice, just information." People stopped looking at me after that. The focus shifted across the table like sunlight moving across a room. My father leaned back slowly in his chair. My uncle cleared his throat and stared down at his plate. My sister tried to laugh, but it sounded thin and uncertain. "Maybe the doctor made a mistake," she said quickly. Daniel didn't respond. His silence was louder than anything else in the room. Within minutes, the dinner began dissolving in awkward fragments. My mother started gathering plates that didn't need clearing yet. Someone suggested it was getting late. Chairs scraped softly against the floor. The celebration ended without anyone saying it was over. When I finally stepped outside into the cool night air, the house behind me hummed with quiet conversations. I didn't stay to hear them. The strange thing was, I didn't feel victorious, just steady. Something inside my life had broken, that much was obvious. The marriage I thought I had was already gone, but I hadn't collapsed the way everyone expected. The truth had simply entered the room, and once it did, it belonged to everyone.